hello everyone, and welcome to Maury Stadium for tonight's first-round playoff action in the 3A East region. It's the second season that both teams have qualified for Game 11. It's the George Wythe Bulldogs and your James Monroe Yellow Jackets. I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you tonight's game on Channel 18, Channel 83, and Verizon Channel 41. And, of course, that's the education station in Fredericksburg. The 2016 regular season concluded last week as the James Monroe Yellow Jackets finished with an 8-2 record after dismissing the King George Foxes by the score of 35-13. Bob, it was an impressive win for James Monroe last week on the road in a regular season down at King George.
Yeah, 35 points and all on the ground. So that'll send us send a message.
And they certainly did that, Bob, as the Yellow Jackets finished with an 8-2 record. And the win solidified the number 2 spot in the 3A East region pod and earned 2 crucial home games if the seeds hold out. George Wythe kick it off to James Monroe. Low kick. It hits at the 14, 15, 20, 25, up the middle. Into the sector. He's gone. Flag coming out at the 25, 20, 10, 5 into the end zone, but a flag was thrown, and it's going to come back. It's going to be a illegal block against the Yellow Jackets.
That's a shame.
My goodness.
What run? You could tell he was gone at the JM 40-yard line. He was gone.
When he hit that midfield stripe ball, he had a little arch in his back, and he was gone.
Okay.
Holding call against the Yellow Jackets, nullifying that opening kickoff touchdown run. I didn't see it. I saw some good blocking out there, but I did not see a holding call on that opening kickoff.
So they're going to do it. Spot them infraction, 15 yards. Or
sure,
10.
Let's see if it's going to be at the 40-yard line. I don't recognize these officials. Are these officials coming from another area? So the penalty is going to push the ball back to the James Monroe 31-yard line.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing people trying to block, maybe.
Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 31-yard line. Looks like the old I formation. Quarterback going to throw the ball. He has a man wide open, and he missed him. And the receiver was deep into George Wythe territory, Bob, but Davis unable to connect. That falls incomplete, stopping the clock for the 11:42 to go in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I think Zach Davis probably gave us a notion of what's going to happen tonight. I think JM's going to work a little more on the passing game tonight.
Last week, James Monroe churned out nearly 300 yards rushing on the ground and had another strong defensive effort to hold the Foxes down to 13 points. Again, another long run out to midfield. And that's A.J. Johnson picking up right where he left off last week against the Foxes, exploding right up the middle, Bob, for big yardage. Yeah, the PA system is loud tonight as it's ever been.
It's I'll leave it at that.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
So George Wythe taking a timeout here. We're talking about last week, junior tailback A.J. Johnson tallied 208 yards on 24 carries to pace the Jackets, while Divine Ford scored a rushing touchdown and a return to punt 56 yards for a touchdown to start the scoring for James Monroe. Sophomore free safety Sean Smith collected 2 interceptions, and the front 8 of the Jacket defense held a strong King George rushing attack to a measly 77 yards on the ground.
So it was a pretty amazing performance. It really was.
First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at midfield. Just getting underway here at Maury Stadium. Zach Davis, quarterback, under center, turns, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, huge hole, turns it upfield. He's going to score 10, 15, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. A.J. Johnson.
Is that about a 60-yarder?
50-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson. And the Yellow Jackets leading 6-0 early in this football game. George Wythe coming into tonight's football game with a 1-9 record. And send all of those letters and cards to the Virginia High School League. Ask them why did they get in. Extra point is good. 7-0 y'all score. Timeout on the field. 11:24 to go. Back after this.
State championship. Let's give a big hand.
Welcome back to Maury Stadium, and congratulations, Bob, to the James Monroe field hockey team who shut out Pocosin this morning, by the score of 4-0. So they advance to the state title tomorrow against Tab. That game at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you could have predicted that probably at the beginning of the season to be JM and Tab again.
But it's Tab, their nemesis, every year in the championship game. The kick into the end zone touchback. So Norman Marine getting a good toe into that football as he drilled it into the end zone.
Yeah, he's amazing, I tell you. He's got a leg on him.
So when you get a chance, Bob, you can refer to that sheet that we were given earlier. Conference 28 selections.
Wow. JM is loaded up in there. First team offense, A.J. Johnson running back, Dylan Major center, Brandon Martin offensive line, Trevon Lucas offensive line, Nolan Marine kicker. Wow. And we'll get back to the first team D. We got a lot of names on there too.
And all of those players were first team offensive players. George Wythe keeping the ball on the ground and nothing. Yellow Jackets coming up defensively to shut down that hole. And maybe a loss of a yard on that play, setting up a second and 11 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they probably haven't seen a defense like this all year. And here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. KJ Conaway, defensive end. Trevon Lucas, defensive tackle. Cord Lucas, linebacker. Divine Ford, defensive back. And Peter Haynes, all-purpose. How about that for the number of first team, and we even have second team in offense and defense, and we'll bring those up in a little while.
Second down and 11 yards to go. George Wythe High School out of Richmond. And the quarterback looking to throw the ball, and he has a receiver, comes up with a catch out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, we're talking about a school out of Richmond, perennial power in football and basketball, but it's a down year.
Yeah. Okay. So they have had the horses, and they don't look like a bad size team.
No, got some size out there.
Yeah.
Few numbers. We only got maybe 11 players on the sideline.
Yeah, I would say a replacement for each player on the field, and that's it.
So third and about 5 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their 26-yard line. Yellow Jacket shifting around on defense. Quarterback operating from the shotgun, pass up the sideline, and it's going to be picked off over the shoulder, interception.
Intercepted.
How about that?
So the Yellow Jacket, that's Dirk Jones the second, 5'7", 145 senior, coming up with the interception. The PA system is turned up on 10 tonight. So
maybe it's not even on. Okay.
Yeah, he has no PA. That's his natural voice.
Okay.
So the interception for the Yellow Jackets. Jones coming up with the interception. 1st and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at their 45-yard line. Operating from the pistol formation, the quarterback hands it off, run, left side, dips to the outside, cuts it back inside, down into George Wythe territory, picks up 8 yards on that run, and that's going to be 4 on the carry for James Monroe.
Do you see them tackling the football?
Yeah. Number 75 for George Wythe is a load, Bob.
Yeah.
Tabell Gary, 6'4", 305.
Yeah, he's a big one, as we say.
2nd and 2 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Again, pistol. Zach Davis rifles a pass across the middle through the hands of the intended receiver. Little slant pattern, and Davis had him, but that pass was rifled, maybe a little bit too hard.
Yeah, he's got. I feel like the Jackets are going to work on the passing game tonight. They seem to have an opportunity to do it, and I bet he starts connecting after a while. Gets the rhythm.
So the Yellow Jackets with the incomplete pass, 3rd down, and about 2 yards to go. Zach Davis under center. And the Yellow Jackets, a receiver on the far side, Bob, moved. And thus it's going to be a legal procedure call against the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and you could be pretty darn sure that was going to be a pass. He just wanted to get down and get his pattern done real quick.
So illegal procedure call against the Yellow Jackets. So, Bob, we're into the 2nd season for many years.
15th straight year.
Yeah.
15th straight, wow.
It's been a long time since we've gone home on the 11th week.
Yeah, Laura asked me how many more games, and I said 4.
And we can wrap it up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
3rd and 7 facing the Yellow Jackets, and George Wythe coming up, making a big defensive play. Maybe a yard gain on that running play. Ford the ball carrier. So 4th and 5. Tonight, the Yellow Jackets are in a familiar position, hosting a first-round playoff game, returning just 3 starters, Bob, from last year's team.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
It really is. And, of course, we knew they had a great JV season last year, and as these players have developed, they have become a team to watch.
Now we're getting a timeout. Yellow Jackets taking a timeout. 8:11 to go in his opening quarter, 7-0, and Coach Serby taking a timeout here for his Yellow Jackets. Come up with a big 4th down play at midfield. Back here at Maury Stadium, 8:11 to go. Coach Serby taking a timeout, 7-0 outscore. So it's 4th down and 5 for James Monroe at midfield. Zach Davis, the quarterback, and the Yellow Jackets run the football, and they did not pick up the 1st down. Couple of yards shy, so a good defensive series there by George Wythe.
Yeah, it looks like that play could have developed further out if it went wide, but he made a good run of it, but he came up at least a yard or so short.
So the Yellow Jackets giving the ball up on 4th down, going for it, and unable to pick up the 1st down. So tonight the Yellow Jackets, well, they've in a situation they've been in for so many years, but so amazingly, Bob, with only 3 starters, Coach Serby has taken this year's team to an 8-2 mark. And the Yellow Jackets see if George Wythe moved.
One of the Wythe Bulldogs is clapping. That's not a good sign.
It's going to be an offsides penalty against the Yellow Jackets, pushing the ball down to the JM 48-yard line. 8:05 and counting down here in this opening quarter. Yellow Jackets had a kickoff return for a touchdown, but it was called back. Quarterback looking, and rifles the pass across the middle. The receivers looking for a flag. A little contact there by the defender. That was Dominique Early, Bob, in coverage, and Dominique might have gotten there a little bit early, but no call.
He's pretty tall for the. Let's see.
Got a little size to him.
He does, yeah.
6 feet, 200 pounds senior.
Wow, looks like a little college might be in his future.
Yeah.
Huh?
So second down. And about 5.5 yards to go for the Bulldogs at the Yellow Jackets 47-yard line. Quarterback again from the shotgun. Swing pass in the flat with the catch. He gets away, picks up the first down, and steps out of bounds on the far side of the field. Good looking play by George Wythe.
Yeah, not bad at all. It looked kind of professional even.
And let's see if we can't pick up a number. Is that Eugene Williams, number 1, 6'2", 180? Nice target on the outside.
Yeah.
And showed the ability, Bob, to make the catch and make the first defender miss.
Yeah, it looked like that had a potential they had potential to get away if it could stay in bounds.
It was number 1. He's flanked to the near side of the field on this particular play. First and 10 for George Wythe at the Yellow Jackets 36-yard line. Operating from the pistol formation, a quarterback. We saw movement down in the trenches, and it's going to be an illegal procedure call against George Wythe.
False start against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they didn't need that, but the Bulldogs have found out that they can pass.
Yeah.
However, I think JM secondary is so quick at recovering that you're going to see some INTs tonight. We've seen one already.
So the Yellow Jackets, George Wythe picking up the 5-yard penalty. It's first and about 16 yards to go. Operating from the shotgun formation, the quarterback retreats, plants, fires the pass, and it's going to be a fight for the ball. It's nearly picked off, and a flag coming out. Might be an interference call, and Divine Ford was back there, Bob, defending.
I don't get that one because both of them are allowed to go for the ball, right?
But I think Ford kind of screened the receiver, and thus picking up the interference call.
I got you.
They were both fighting for it, but I think Ford kind of muscled his way inside to prevent the receiver from making a catch.
Yeah, whatever it is, George Wythe has penetrated to the
15-yard penalty.
To the, 25 there.
25-yard line, the penalty with the first down for the Bulldogs. So they're moving the football here against the Yellow Jackets, and a lot of it had to do with penalties. Quarterback again operating from the shotgun formation. Got two receivers split to the near and far side of the field, and we got the receiver on the far side that wanted to get an early start. I used to do that a lot.
I tell you what.
Is that called cheating?
No, it's called enthusiasm.
I love it when you cover for me like that.
Oh, man.
So, penalty against the Bulldogs, pushing the ball back to the 31-yard line. 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this first quarter. 7-0, James Monroe. George Wythe with their deepest penetration from the gun, the quarterback, and he's going to be hit. And a catch and a nice open field tackle by Jaden Preston. 6', 175 senior who came up and wrapped him up for a big loss.
Wow, that pass turned into a dead duck thing, and I don't see how he got it away, honestly. No.
That quarterback, Bob, was hit just as he released that football. He was just glad or happy that he could make the completion, but it was a big loss on that play.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to catch the ball, but you don't know that when you're trying to catch it.
The Yellow Jackets putting pressure on this quarterback. They're not going to let him sit back there and just throw the football. Now the quarterback, that's number 5. That's Kevin Edmonds, 6'1", 170 senior. Edmonds gets the snap and whistle, flags on the play.
Another penalty on the Bulldogs.
So they are self-destructing here. That deepest penetration was down to the jam 26, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now they seem to be giving it back.
Now they're showing us why they're 1-9 team. Second down, and about 25 yards to go for the Bulldogs. 6:44 to go in this opening quarter. Quarterback, shotgun formation, gets the snap, rolling to his left, steps up, floats a pass in the flat. Nice juke
Got a
move.
blocker.
And a nice run, still on his feet, down inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. They've got a couple of athletes on this team, Bob.
They do, and the quarterback has a decent throwing arm.
Yeah.
So.
And a nice catch, and that's the same guy earlier who came up with a catch and made a guy miss. He made a guy miss again on this reception.
Yeah, you're right. That wide receiver and that quarterback look like they've thrown a few to each other before.
Yeah. Third down and about 16 yards to go for George Wythe. Got to get all the way down inside about the 16-yard line for a first down. Operating from the shotgun formation. Pro set offense. Quarterback running for his dear life and throws it.
Ooh, he threw that
and it falls incomplete. But he was just great for the quarterback, Edmonds, about to just get rid of that football.
Yeah, and Divine Ford had his eyes set on that ball. And
he avoided the sack, thus getting rid of the football. So now we're faced with a fourth down and about 16 yards to go.
Yeah, definitely another passing down if they're going to go for it on fourth.
So you got a receiver, that's Williams, split to the near side of the field. Two receivers to the far side. Pistol formation here. A little pro set. Quarterback gets the snap, drops back, and he's kind of drops it off, but number 4, that's Maurice Laster on the carry. Well short of picking up the first down, and Yellow Jackets will get it here on first down at their 30-yard line.
I think the pass defense has a good chance to get some reps in, and then conversely on JM's side, they have a chance to work on their passing game.
Yes.
So.
5.5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. It's 7-0. Hailing from Richmond, Virginia, George Wythe Bulldogs. George Wythe Bulldogs are coached by former NFL player Deion Fox. Played with the Redskins at one time.
Did he
Fox
really?
did. Nice run around the right side, midfield down into George Wythe territory. And down to the 48-yard line.
That was Davis running, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bulldogs play in the Dominion District, featuring the likes of L.C. Bird, Monacan. Currently, Wythe is on a 9-game losing streak.
Wow. Won
with
their
their only
first
win, Bob, coming against in week 1 against Armstrong High School out of Richmond.
Gotcha.
Last week, George Wythe lost to Huguenot by the score of 34-14. So now we're getting a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout. 5:23 to go in this playoff game. First round, 7-0, James Monroe. 5:23 to go. First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Bulldogs' 43-yard line. Yellow Jackets, you can look tonight, Bob, for a lot of long runs by James Monroe. They're going to eat him up down in the trenches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yellow Jackets with the ball as a run, dips to the outside, cuts it back inside, down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. A.J. Johnson on the carry picks up about 8 yards on that run. Boy, his average is going to be something tonight.
Yeah, he's gonna run up his stats. He's already a first team pick.
2nd and 1 to go. Johnson with the carry, bulldozing his way through down to about the 20-yard line.
You know, Wythe has probably played some pretty decent teams out there in Chesterfield, but I bet they haven't seen teams this fast and block so well up on the front.
Certainly don't match up with the Yellow Jackets tonight. Yellow Jackets no huddle, hurry up. 1st and 10 to go. The Yellow Jackets, Johnson again. It's going to be number 9 on the carry. The big quarterback down inside the 10. That's Zach Davis on a little read option here, Bob. You know,
yeah,
he faked the handoff to Johnson.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll make people go fishing, I'll tell you that. He runs that play to perfection.
Yes, he does. He disguises the ball extremely well, and he'll read that defensive front, and it depends on the way they play. Penalty marker coming out, so that's going to be against the Yellow Jackets back to the 19-yard line. Don't know what the call was there.
Yeah, they're not going to tell us, are they?
So 1st and 9 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. That's Johnson with the sweep to the right side, cuts it back inside, puts his head down near the 10-yard line.
Looks like he's close to that first down marker.
You know what I like about him, Bob? You know, he'll run 10, 15, 20 yards and go right back in the huddle and say, give it to me again.
Yeah, he has to be in great shape. I don't see an ounce of fat on that kid.
2nd and 1 facing the Yellow Jackets. And that's Johnson again with the lean. He's got the first down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Nice looking drive the Yellow Jackets putting together here.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets. Most of it's been running.
Yeah, haven't thrown a pass on this drive. So 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Bulldogs' 9-yard line. Davis, a handoff into the end zone, touchdown. A.J. Johnson, 9-yard touchdown run. Tommy Hayden, the PA announcer tonight. Tommy, former James Monroe High School student.
Yep.
And you would have to say Tommy is a little bit excited about his team tonight.
He is.
Extra point by the Yellow Jackets is up and is good. Timeout on the field, 3:20 to go in his opening quarter. 14-0, James Monroe. Back after this. Nothing, James Monroe. 3:20 to go in his opening quarter. Yellow Jackets having a great start so far, Bob.
Yeah, they've scored relatively easily.
Ball was dropped and picked up. And the Yellow Jacket with excellent coverage on special teams. Whenever you deny a return short of getting back to the 20-yard line, you've done your job.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their 9-yard line. So they're deep in the hole here to start off this series with only 3:12 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, I think JM's going to just have their way tonight, and it just looks like when they do throw, they're just working on their passing game in case they need it later.
Yeah. So we're going to take advantage of what you give us, and they have not had to throw the football. Done it all on the ground tonight. 1st and 10 for George Wythe at their 9-yard line. Quarterback operating from, and we got movement against the Bulldogs. Some of those guys on that offensive line getting just a little happy, Bob.
Yeah, and it's going to cost them half the distance there. It's a good place to be. It's they're in safety territory now.
Yes, they are. At the 4-yard line, 1st and 15 yards to go for George Wythe. Got a receiver coming to the near side of the field. Quarterback standing right at the goal line. And a running play. Give him a little daylight. Out across the 5 to about the 7-yard line. 3 minutes remaining. First quarter. The Yellow Jackets, Bob, are in a position where they will host the game next Friday night, too, I think.
That's excellent. You know how we love to be home.
No travel involved. 2nd down and 11 for George Wythe. Ball at their 8-yard line. Got a receiver to the near side of the field. This guy's pretty good. We're talking about Williams at 6'2". Nice target. See if the quarterback thinks about getting him the ball. Quarterback steps up, and he throws a pass, and it's going to be a reception.
Wow.
Yeah, he went to the ground to make the catch, but it is a good catch, and that's Laster, Maurice Laster, 5'8", 160 junior, coming up with the catch. 3rd and about 7.5 yards to go for the Bulldogs out of Richmond, VA.
Yep, good old south side of Richmond, right across the Boulevard Bridge.
Yeah.
Used to live within a few blocks of George Wythe. And,
yeah, because you know all those Richmond schools, Bob.
Know them all, yep. And when they all ganged together for several years, it was disappointing to me because they kind of lost their identity.
Yes. 3rd and 8 yards to go. Quarterback looking. Throws a pass intended for... And it's going to be, he lost that ball in the lights. It was intended for Zamir Johnson, 6'2", 190 junior. Quarterback can throw the ball.
Yeah, he's got an arm on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll be punting from their end zone. Yellow Jackets, it's 4th down and about 8 yards to go. 1:28 to go in this opening quarter.
There's offensive linemen, they're saying, I got a chance to get through there and get me a touchdown. I mean, the defensive lineman, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Punter standing right around the 1-yard line. Needs a good snap. He gets one, gets off the punt, and he certainly had to rush it on a return for the Yellow Jackets.
Don't give forward.
Divine Ford. Ford bounces to the outside at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Flags on the play. Into the end zone for a touchdown, but going to be one of those peel-back blocks, Bob, that cost the Yellow Jackets another special team touchdown. That's going to come back. So a zebra discussion taking place right around the 25-yard line.
For game 11, there certainly are a lot of flags out here. I don't know whether we've been getting away with it or they're...
Well, it's one of our favorite crews, I think.
Oh, okay.
I see our buddy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we know that's code. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking code now.
Code
so.
now. Right.
So they're still in a discussion. Come on, ref, make the call.
Personal foul.
It's going to be a personal foul against the Yellow Jackets.
Against James Monroe.
I love it when there is confusion on the field and things begin to quiet down a little bit.
You can hear
you can hear one fan's voice that
Right.
stands out over everybody else's.
Yeah, there's one in every stadium. You know that, right?
He has that type of voice that carries anywhere.
Yeah, and if you're doing a radio or a TV broadcast, it's going to show up on that too, and they probably know that.
That's right. You're probably saying, well, I've got some things I got to talk about. Let me get on the air. First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets back at the George Wythe 40-yard line. Zach Davis, the quarterback, hands it off, and that's going to be Divine Ford on the carry. Picks up about 13, 14 yards on that runoff tackle on the right side. Down to the 26-yard line.
You don't lose a whole lot when Ford comes in and Johnson goes out, or Johnson comes in, Ford
You
goes.
certainly don't.
Wow, you don't lose it.
Early part of the season, it was that 1-2 punch from Ford and Johnson. And Zach had problems handling the football with a catch and a couple of missed tackles and pulling players with him down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. 2 flags coming out.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
I hope it's not against the Jackets again. This is
Yeah,
getting,
I mean,
what is the word? Redundant?
Illegal block in the back.
Oh, for crying out loud!
my goodness. So the Yellow Jackets, every big play
Will be 10 yards from the
seems to be a penalty. So this refereeing crew, officials here, we've seen them before. And guess what? It's always the same result.
Yeah, they.
Seem to be picky.
Yeah, somebody needs to sew those flags in the back of their pockets.
But they can't get them out. First and 5 yards to go. Penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Zach Davis from the pistol. And it's going to be a run up the middle. And a good defensive job there by the Bulldogs. And the Yellow Jackets advance the ball down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Second down and 1 from 18.
See if they get a playoff here with 16 seconds to go. Second and about a yard to go for James Monroe. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Yellow Jackets, and that's going to be Zach Davis on a carry. He has the first down and refuses to go down. This guy's a tough kid.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and at 6'4", he has exceptional speed for a big guy.
Well, the mark on the far side of the field tells us that the Yellow Jackets did pick up the first down, and that will end the first quarter of play in this playoff game here at Maury Stadium. Our score, James Monroe 14, George Wythe nothing. Back after this.
With your score.
Welcome back. Nothing like a high school football playoff game on a Friday night in November.
Doesn't get much better than that
No,
in the
sir.
Berg.
And the band is playing. Folks are having fun. And nobody made the trip up from Richmond. No, they got a handful over there.
Why are they sitting so far over? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Had to pick a side.
they're on the north bleachers, aren't they?
The north, yep.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and that's going to be a run. Divine Ford puts his head down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Nice hard running. Huge hole on the right side. Of course, they're running behind all conference selection. That's Brandon Martin.
Yeah, he's something, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And you got Lucas over there, too. So you got 2 great linemen on that side.
Exactly.
Yellow Jackets again on the ground. Ford puts his head down, leg drive into the end zone, touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run. Divine Ford.
The 5-yard touchdown run from number 3. Divine Ford.
20-0 our score. And
the excitement.
You know, we talked about the center, Dylan Major, Bob. Here's a guy that's responsible for a lot of these extra points. There's the snap to hold the kick. It's up by Marine, and it is good. Timeout, 11:39 to go. Just getting underway here in the second quarter in this playoff game. 21-0 James Monroe. Welcome back, and that's Nolan Marine set to kick off for the Yellow Jackets, and late player going in for James Monroe. 2 deep men back for George Wythe, standing at their 5-yard line. Kick by Marine, end over end, deep kick taken at the 3, 5, 10, fumbles the football, and he picks it up, and he's hit hard on the far side. He did get creamed, Bob.
Wow.
He fumbled that football, had to go back and get it. By that time, that pursuit was right on him.
Yeah, I'm going to try to give credit. Plate number 32.
For JM?
Yeah, 32 for JM. I think he's the one that nailed him.
Zion Alston, 5'9", 168 junior. We'll credit him with a tattoo.
Yeah, that's it. JM.
Yeah. We got 2 categories of hitting, tattoo and pancake. George Wythe keeping the ball on the ground, and a scrum on the far side. Looked like that ball came out, Bob.
Yeah, I tell you, when that kickoff return guy dropped the ball for no reason, he was probably seeing his name up in the sky there.
Who is that JM player with the green socks?
Let's see if I can spot him.
Is that not Sean Smith, is it?
Wow. Number 8, that's Cord Lucas.
That is Cord. So 2nd and 10, and a run to the outside. Look at the speed. Close to that first down marker. Can't teach speed, can you?
You really can't. That guy turned it on, didn't he?
Yeah. Number 4, checking in, Elijah Baylor, 6'1", 190, senior. And who is that guy coming out for the Yellow Jackets? Number 16. Chris Reeves Williams, 15, I think it was. 3rd and about 1.5 yards to go for George Wythe. And the Bulldogs said, we've had enough here. Let's take a timeout. Yeah, and we'll talk about some stuff too, Bob. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We do indeed.
And some of the games that taking place tonight, got a couple of sheets, so a lot of action. Some games are being played tomorrow, some tonight. And we're talking about the playoff schedule, 6A, 3A area teams. And let's see what we got here. When we talk about area teams, we talk about the 6A South, number 7 seed, C.D. Hilton, at number 2, Colonia Forge. And then we have to go all the way down to 5A North, Bob. It's number 16, George Marshall, at number 1, Massaponax. So we got a lot of stuff here. We can go through it as the game goes along.
Yeah, there looks like some good matchups there.
Yep. Third and about a yard to go. Quarterback feels the heat, steps up, has a man open, and he flat out dropped the football. They had the first down, but the receiver, Deshaun Thompson, unable to come up with the catch. Those are the things, Bob, that make you pull your hair out as a head coach.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with why they're 1-9.
Yeah, it does. And yeah, on 3rd and 2, when you think this far deep that they would run the football, but they threw it and it didn't work.
So Ford back deep for the Yellow Jackets, standing at the George Wythe 45-yard line. Punter gets off a punt, stiff leg punt, on a return at the 40 to the right side, cuts it upfield, 30, 25, streak it up the sideline and pushed out of bounds right around the 11-yard line. Good return by Divine Ford.
Yeah, did you see him kind of turn the burners on when he saw a little green in front of him?
I like it when they just put that little arch in the back.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it's time to run like a racehorse.
So the Yellow Jackets coming up with first down there. Good run by Ford. 10:25 to go in the second quarter. Been all jam. No surprises.
Yeah, they haven't taken George Wythe lightly. They are working on the game.
Yes.
Too many penalty flags, but they'll work that out.
Here we go from the pistol formation. Zach Davis drops the football, picks it up. He's going to have to get rid of it, and he's going to be sacked. And what happened, once he dropped that football, Bob, it threw off the timing.
It did, yeah. And he did good not to fumble the football or throw it away.
Loss of yards on that fumble by the quarterback, Zach, setting up second and about 14 yards to go.
Sometimes we forget, you look at Zach, he's 6'4", and he's a sophomore.
Young kid.
Yeah, young kid. He's still learning the ropes.
Got number 5, Dealante Hayes, to the near side of the field. And the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Great defensive play. Number 71, Bob, shot the gap. Lavondis Lightfoot, 6'1", junior, came up with a big defensive play.
Yeah, he guessed right, because if Davis had handed off to the runner coming by there, he walked into the end zone, but wasn't able to get it to the right guy.
Zach Davis getting a play from the JM sideline. Zach's nice-sized kid, 6'4", 175, 10th grader. Operating from the pistol, third down and 16 yards to go. That's going to be A.J. Johnson to the outside, cuts it back inside. Down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Good run. There was nothing out there.
Yeah, I love the way he cuts back.
Yeah.
He runs sideways as well as he does front. Well, no, I can't say that because he can run straight up.
Well, you can say he runs as fast sideways as he does forward.
Yeah, that's like a rattlesnake, right?
That's right.
Sidewinder.
That's amazing.
Uh-oh, field goal attempt.
Yellow Jacket with the field goal attempt here. It's going to be about a 26-yard field goal attempt. The snap to hold, the kick, it's up.
Beautiful.
Bang, and it's good. 26-yard field goal attempt, and it's good. This kid can flat out kick.
Canning.
Nolan Marine with a 26-yard field goal attempt, and it's good. Yellow Jackets extend their lead to 24-0. 8:21 to go. Back after this. We are back here at Maury Stadium. We're still here. We didn't go anywhere. Yellow Jackets squib kick along the ground into a vacated area. Ball's going to be picked up, and he picked it up and say, "Here, will somebody else take this hot potato?"
No kidding. He wanted to lateral it. Somebody.
Yeah. Where are my teammates when I need them?
Yeah, right.
So about a 5-yard return on that kick by Marine. This guy can squib it. He can kick it deep.
Talented kicker. No,
Yes, he
question
is.
about that.
Great arsenal as a kicker. So first and 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their 24-yard line. And they keep it on the ground, try to run it against that stout JM defense. Can't do that.
I think they're either going to have to throw it. They're not going to play this game.
No. And they are operating from a shotgun spread offense, so that's designed to throw the football.
Right.
And they can't seem to get anything going. See, the Bulldogs bought the band up, Bob, from Richmond.
Yeah, that actually fills up a few seats. That's a good thing.
Cheerleaders. So here we go, second down and 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their 23-yard line. The quarterback looking to throw the football, flushed out of the pocket on the run, and he throws it back across his body with the reception. And a nice catch by number 4, Maurice Laster. You know, I'm amazed at the quarterback, Bob. Edmonds, running to his left, has the poise to stop and throw the ball against his body, across his body, with a nice completion.
Yeah, he might have a future. I don't know if he's a good student. Maybe somebody will pick him up. You're right. He has a
little bit small for a quarterback, but still, you know, I mean, you can. I saw the other day, I was watching a college football game. A guy was a star quarterback in college, and now he's a receiver.
Okay, how about that? Yeah.
So if you're athletic, they will put you out there where they can use you.
All right.
First and 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their 38-yard line. Going to be a catch and a run, and number 1 receiver Eugene Williams with the catch, and another first down. So moving the ball in between the 40s, but can't do much after that.
Yeah, I can tell that another interception is imminent.
Yes. Ball at the George Wythe 49-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. 24-0 outscore. Quarterback operating from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near and far side. And a nice pattern across the middle. Hit him right in stride, on target. Wow. Down inside the 35 to the 30. Beautifully thrown ball.
So I take the inner off and leave the reception.
Yes. Great route that time. He just kind of ran between covers back there and came open.
Yeah, he did.
And the ball was right on target.
Yeah, for a passer, this guy knows how to throw a football.
Yeah. So first down for the Bulldogs at the James Monroe 32-yard line. Again, receivers to the near and far side of the field. Quarterback gets a snap, and it's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. And that might have been Lucas who got a hand on it.
You see how he stopped, planted his foot, and threw that football.
Smart quarterback.
Yeah, and quick.
Yes. And he's getting some pressure, too, but he's able to avoid that rush and still deliver the football. 2nd and 10 yards to go from the JM 32. It's going to be a run, number 4 on the carry. And that's Maurice Laster on the carry.
Yeah, that hole looked like it opened up pretty good, but the Jackets closed down really fast.
So 3rd and 10 at the JM 30.5 line. 5:33 to go in this playoff game. Battlefield District against the Dominion District out of Richmond. Conference 26 and Conference 28. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Quarterback pass across the middle. He had his man, but threw it just a little bit too high.
Yeah, and that might have been a score if he had completed that.
Got an injured George Wythe player now.
Pick up a number here.
He's a big guy too, Bo.
He is a big guy. In fact, that's the guy we've been pointing out, number 90, I think.
So that injured player, we're getting an official's injury timeout down on the field. Clock stopped at 5:12 to go. And some of those other schools, Bob, we were talking about playoff action. 5A North. It's number 1, Massaponax, hosting number 16, George Marshall. And number 15, Mountain View, taking on Brook Point. And other 2 games in that 5A North, it's Potomac Falls hosting Orange. And North Stafford taking on Patrick Henry. That's Patrick Henry of Roanoke. So a lot of action tonight in the first round action of the Virginia High School League playoffs. They were crowned a champion, 4 weeks from tonight, correct?
Exactly. And where is it this year? The state finals are in William & Mary, right?
At William & Mary.
How about that?
4th down, facing the Bulldogs to pressure. Quarterback, he slips away and throws it downfield. He was off balance and threw that about 35, 40 yards.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Incomplete, though. He avoided the sack, but he got rid of the football. And the Yellow Jackets will get the ball here. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 5:04 to go in this first half.
Yeah, just enough time for them to drive down for another one.
Running time off the clock. Yellow Jackets with a comfortable lead here. And coming up in the second half, Bob, you might see Coach Survey put a lot of reserves in there. Let them get some experience.
Yeah.
Do you do that in the playoffs? I guess you can.
Yeah. I mean, they'll go up to 31 points if they score another touchdown, and why not?
Then the running clock too.
That's right.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and a nice run over a George Wythe player out to the 38-yard line. So pickup of 6 yards on that run. Off guard on the right side. And that's going to be a behind number 77, Big Martin. Brandon Martin. 2nd and 3 yards to go. And that's going to be a running play by the quarterback. And they're going to say they fumbled the football, and George Wythe coming up with the fumble recovery.
Wow. And that was Zach Davis. And he probably tried to make a little bit more yardage. He wanted that first down and didn't get it.
Well, I don't want to see the Yellow Jackets to run it up, but, 24-0, the Yellow Jackets, dance with who brung you. You got to go back to number 24 for the Yellow Jackets.
Yep.
A.J. Johnson, and let him run the football.
Yeah, he's if he gets tired tonight, oh well.
Yeah, you got to run him, and
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're tuning up that running game. That will allow you to go deep in the playoff. Long pass. Look at that ball on a rope. It's going to be picked off by the Yellow Jackets. And is that Sean Smith? Yes.
Looks like him, yeah.
Sean had 2 interceptions last week.
Yeah, he's something.
And coming up with another interception. That kid can play center field. He's a strong safety back there. Has good range.
Yeah, a lot of times he gives that receiver a little room, but that he can close so fast.
Yeah.
He really can.
It seems to bait the quarterback a lot of times, letting him think that his receiver is open.
Exactly.
So Sean Smith coming up with the interception. The Yellow Jackets have it 1st and 10 at that 15-yard line. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Zach Davis from the pistol. Yellow Jackets, that's what you got to go with, and that's A.J. Johnson. Look at the move.
Oh, doesn't he love to be out there?
Out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Dance with who brung you.
Yeah, A.J. just loves that open green.
Yes.
Yellow Jackets.
And he'll make you miss, too.
First down, Yellow Jackets at the 36-yard
And
line.
they moved the chain on the far side of the field. Yellow Jackets with the first down. Zach looking to throw the football. Has a man out there, and it's a dying duck.
Yep.
A little flat on that throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. He took something off of it for some reason. I don't know what it was. But
I don't think it was set. Look,
yeah,
he
you're
didn't
right.
step into it. So thus the pass coming up short, falls incomplete. George Wythe taking a timeout here. 3:58 to go. We'll keep it right here. We'll talk more about some of this playoff stuff.
I tell you who's got their hands full tonight.
Who is that about?
Cortland.
Oh, my goodness.
And King George.
Yes.
Wow.
That's in the 4A East. The number 8 seed, Cortland, taking on number 1 at Dinwiddie.
Wow.
And we know how powerful that Dinwiddie team is.
Exactly.
They destroyed the Yellow Jackets way back in the first game of the year. Yellow Jackets were to play them now, I think the score would be a little different.
I do too, and I think played them here like we did.
Yes.
It might even be an upset.
And it's King George, the 7th seed, at number 2 Eastern View. They've got a pretty good football team there too.
Absolutely.
Yellow Jackets again. Johnson, look at the hole, the crease, up the sideline. He's going to go. It's the foot race up the sideline. Cuts it back to the inside, into the end zone, touchdown. That's going to be a 64-yard touchdown run
Yellow Jackets.
by number 24, A.J. Johnson. 64.
64-yard touchdown run from number 24, A.J. Johnson.
I just said that, Tommy.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Yellow Jackets with a long touchdown run. You got to feed this kid. So extra point attempt here by the Yellow Jackets. Marine gets it up, and it hits the upright on the left side, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, what a shame.
Timeout, 3:44 to go in this playoff game. It's James Monroe 30 and George Wythe nothing. Welcome back to Murray Stadium. 3:44 to go in this first half. And the Yellow Jackets have opened up a can here. 30
we haven't
to
said that
nothing.
in a while.
And we've got here in the press box with us City Councilman Chuck Fry. On a return, nothing. The Yellow Jackets' excellent special team coverage downfield. And it will be 1st and 10 for George Wythe at the 19-yard line. See, we can't get your mic on here, Councilman.
Can you hear me there, sir? All right.
We got you.
All right.
Welcome, Chuck Fry, to the press box. City Councilman, City of Fredericksburg, and we certainly appreciate you being here. You enjoying the game?
Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you all for letting me jump on the mic real quick.
Well, we want to let people hear our councilman out there, so
There you go.
we want to bring you on board. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And the Yellow Jackets defense ball came out.
Fumble on the play.
And
The Jackets aren't pointing. I think maybe.
Call the play is going to be James Monroe.
Oh, okay. Then.
Yellow Jackets with the fumble recovery. When it rains, it pours for George Wythe. And Chuck, the Yellow Jackets, you got a son playing on this team,
Yes,
too.
sir. Number 44, I think he was just witnessing that fumble.
He was right in there. Number 44, Charlie Fry the third, 6'1", 210, junior.
Big guy.
Yeah, we didn't script that, did we?
No, sir. It just happened. It just happened. And he happened to get a chest bump from Mr. Kenton Griffin, Coach Griffin.
Okay.
Man, Fredericksburg is beautiful, man.
We're beautiful.
We scripted everything all the way around.
Exactly.
It looked like somebody wrote this script, Mr. Griffin.
That's right. But trust me, Chuck, we're impromptu all the time right now.
Yep, and our favorite thing is.
It would help us if we did rehearse. As a pass by Zach, and he skips it off the ground. Did he make the catch? Yes.
Got to be an interception.
Some play there.
That's the way I used to catch him in the street, Bob.
Yeah, exactly. Get that burn on your back.
Burn up both knees.
Oh, yeah.
But that pass is complete, setting up a second down. And about 6 yards to go. Operating from the pistol. Handoff, right side. That's Johnson. Cuts it back to the inside. Pushed out of bounds right around the goal line.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tell you, he's something.
Johnson pushed out of bounds. Did a flag on the play? Yes. Going to be against George Wythe.
Was
so
that
play will
face
stand.
mask?
Tyler, come on up so you can see you, buddy.
Man, I tell you what,
We got a
Yep.
third member of the team tonight, Bob.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. You guys got it going on here.
It's nice
Yeah.
to have
There
an
you go.
honorable guest, the
Yes, it
honorable
is.
Chuck Fry.
I mean, it
Yellow Jackets.
really raises the class of our broadcast.
It does indeed.
It's at the 1 yard line.
So, 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the George Wythe 1 yard line. Yellow Jackets, Bob, let's take a bet. I think they go behind number 77 on the right side. Let's see.
Yeah, with Johnson.
Yellow Jackets behind Martin
Walked
Hughes'
in.
hold. He walked in. 1 yard out. A.J. Johnson with the
Yellow Jackets.
Mr. Tommy Hayden over there. I could announce that, Mr. Griffin.
Tommy Hayden. We worked with Tommy when he was in high school, and this is what I've created.
A monster.
36-0 our score. Extra point coming up here by Nola Marine. Need a good snap, hold, and kick here. The snap to hold. The kick is up by Marine. It's right down Broadway. It's good. Timeout on the field, 2:49 to go in this playoff action here at Maury Stadium. 37-0. We'll be back after this.
As much as I talk,
Welcome back to Maury Stadium. 2:49 to go in this first half. 37-0. Here's your kick, and the in kick taken, finally taken, mishandled.
He touched
He's going to have to get up. Some kind of way he gets through and nearly popped it, Bob. It was good, always good talking to Charlie Fry, city councilman.
Is this his first term on, or has he been on?
His first term.
First time. Good for him.
And, of course, Jim knows him well because Jim's company, they bring all of the city council action. He could have hung around a little bit. Did we intimidate him?
No, he thought we were probably going to ask him to ask him to take over a little bit here, so we can take a break, right?
That's right. Yeah, we could go to concession stand and restaurant and everything. First attempt for George Wythe, and the quarterback running around for his dear life, gets away and finally has the awareness, Bob, to just throw that football away. He was hit hard in that end zone.
Yeah, he was trying to throw it away, but I think Cord Lucas had his eyes on it.
That's all Cord needs is a interception for a touchdown. He's done everything else, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, and got those neon socks on tonight.
A little bit on the bright side. He deserves to wear them. Second down at 10. I'm sorry, Bob.
No, I was just going to say, you're right, he does. He's a player.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their 14-yard line. Quarterback feels the pressure, and it's nearly intercepted. It's going to be trapped on the far side. That quarterback, he got hit hard again, Bob.
He's taking a beating tonight.
Yes, he is. Kevin Edmonds, we're talking about. 6'1", 170 senior.
First team defense, we were talking about Cord. First team defense at linebacker. He deserves it.
Well, if Kevin Edmonds can't make it, the quarterback, he gets injured. I guess it's his brother, Bob, Anthony Edmonds, is his replacement. He's a quarterback.
How about that?
So they got Anthony. Got Kevin listed at 6'1", Anthony at 5'7". He's a freshman, though. Now we're getting a timeout, so we'll go back to some of our playoff stuff.
Third down and 15. Third down and 15.
We were talking about Cortland at Dinwiddie, King George at Easton View, Powhatan at number 3, Chancellor, and Monacan at number 4, Louisa.
They all look to be good games.
Yeah.
I think so.
Then you drop all the way down to 3 East. Number 8, Culpeper at number 1, Hopewell. Number 7, George Wythe here at James Monroe. TJ Richmond, Thomas Jefferson Richmond at Brentsville, and number 5, Petersburg at William Monroe. So the way if things pan out, Bob, the Yellow Jackets should be playing Brentsville next week, I would think.
I would think so, yeah. They apparently have a pretty good team this year.
Third and 14 yards to go. Pass, and it's picked off for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be a pick 6.
Touchdown!
Yes.
Oh, my
goodness. And that's number 3, Divine Ford.
Yellow Jackets!
That's about a 14-yard pick 6 for the Yellow Jackets.
Interception return for number 3, Divine Ford.
Ford with the interception return for a touchdown. 43-0. 2:16 to go in this first half. I don't know.
It rains and pours, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And they come into tonight's game 1-9 on the season. I don't know whether they've been drubbed like this before by any team, but they're getting a whipping here now.
They are.
Extra point attempt by Marine. It's up, and it is good. 43-0, 2:16 to go in this first half. And we'll keep it here.
James Monroe Yellow Jackets 44.
So
Reminder fans,
In that 4A West playoff action, Bob, you got Woodgrove, William Byrd, Salem, Dominion, and guess what? They all had buys.
How about that?
Yeah, so that's the place to be. Trying to look at some of these other teams that the Yellow Jackets might match up with, but also got to watch that 3A East, War Hill, Phoebus, Tab, Parkview, Pocosin, Lakeland, Southampton, and IC Norcom. Those are the teams that we might play down in the East, right?
Yeah.
Could we possibly? Phoebus ranked #1.
Yeah.
And that game is played tomorrow between War Hill and Phoebus. Here's your kick. Squib kick along the ground. It's going to be fumbled again and finally picked up. On a return, that's number 4. Reverses field. Finally tripped up.
They're running like they got nothing to lose.
Yeah. There goes the T-shirt gun. That's Deputy Superintendent Marcy Cadlett shooting the gun.
Good for her.
Yep. And Principal Tanisha Rochelle is holding the gun.
So they got this out. They got a cannon or.
Yeah. Somebody got to clean the barrel. Somebody lights the stem. What do you call that?
Yeah, that would be a good question. I have to ask an artillery guy.
When you light dynamite, what's that cord called, Jim? A cord. Another pickoff. It's going to be a pick 6. That's going to be Sean Smith on a return. That's going to be about a 32-yard pick 6 for Sean Smith. And the Yellow Jackets are up 50-0.
35-yard interception return to number 7, Sean Smith.
Bob, Jim looked at me so serious and said, like, dummy, it's a fuse.
You gotta play along, Jim.
That's
Come on.
right. Hey, Jim, I knew that. Of course, I couldn't think of it. Pick 6 for Sean Smith. Well, he had 2 interceptions last week. Has 2 tonight.
Wow, I'll tell you, the D is catching up to the O.
You got flags on the play. Was it penalties on the return? We have to hold the phone. Well, we've said it all night long. Every time the Yellow Jackets come up with a big play, there are penalty markers on each play, and this is no exception.
So are they calling back the score? Or?
Well, the points are on the board, but the Zebras are having a conference.
It's surely not going to penalize them on the extra point here.
They haven't kicked it yet.
Yeah.
So what are they talking about?
But I see Nolan Marino over there setting up.
And here comes the official word.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
On both teams, so they're offsetting. And that touchdown is good.
Against the Bulldogs.
A little frustration, a little celebration. Something. Wow.
Bye-bye.
If they're offsetting, how you going
Nolan Marine.
So that means on a kickoff, that's where the penalty would be assessed.
But
it since they're offsetting,
yes.
So it's
so apparently it was
things as usual.
Okay, yeah. Everything's as usual.
Yep.
But you don't like to see no. I can't blame one playoff team for being frustrated by down 50 points really by the halftime.
And you can bet Coach Survey is going to put his second teamers in there in the second half. Extra point attempt here by Nolan Marine. The kick is up, and it is good. 51-0. A minute 55 to go in this first half of football in this playoff action. Conference 28 and Conference 26, and the Yellow Jackets with a huge lead back after this. Welcome back. A minute 55 to go. Denise Avila replacing Matt Marine here. And the penalties, well, we got it half of it wrong. So the penalty will stand against George Wythe. So the Yellow Jackets will be kicking off at the George Wythe 45-yard line.
Hence Snow and Marine not kicking off.
Yeah. Let's see if Tanise can get this into the end zone. He's the punter on the JM team. And he's going to drill it into his. Almost got a field goal.
It's kind of a field goal.
So that will be a touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Minute 55 to go on this first night of the playoffs. And the Yellow Jackets, the way things look right now, Bob, they will host the game next Friday night. Well, we don't know. We say Friday night. We don't know whether it's Friday or Saturday.
I can't remember.
Most likely it's Friday.
I think the first two games are Friday, but then...
you think it will be?
I don't really remember, but...
we just got the official word.
Got the word?
Jim. And Bulldogs keeping the ball on the ground. And no gain on that play.
So if the Jackets are ranked at 2, then that means they're ranked above Brentsville. And even if Brentsville wins, they'll come here.
Yes.
Oh, that's good news.
So, yeah, hopefully we should be playing Brentsville here next week. And then we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody that can knock off Hopewell in between those games, so we might see a rematch.
Yes. Second down, 12 yards to go for the Bulldogs. Ball at their 16-yard line. Quarterback operating from the shotgun formation. Gets the snap, retreats, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, throws a pass on a rope, and that was nearly picked off.
Wow.
Devon Ford standing right there, juggled the football a little bit, unable to come up with the interception. So
that was a mercy drop.
Yep. So third down and about 13 yards to go for the Bulldogs. 51 seconds to go in this first half. Glad to have you along tonight on Channel 18, Channel 83. That's Cox Channel 18 and 83, and Verizon 41. And you can also pick us up on the World Wide Web, regionalwebtv.com, and a fight for that football. And that was number 2, Dirk Jones, Bob, who jumped the route that time. He saw 6.
Yeah, but they collided with the receiver, and then the ball went to the ground.
I did get that in there, regionalwebtv.com.
Uh-huh.
You can actually watch the game now. Fourth down, 12 yards to go. Punter had a 2-step drop, and it takes a George Wythe bounce out of bounds. And the Yellow Jacket will have it 1st and 10 at the Bulldogs' 40-yard line. 38 seconds to go in this first half.
It'll be interesting to see how they set up the offense here, whether we see the clean jerseys now or later. I think I see Cord Lucas coming in on offense.
So.
Oh no, they're gonna kneel down.
Take a knee here. 38 seconds to go. Nice gesture there. They don't need any more points.
Yeah, no kidding. And they're gonna have running clock in the second half.
Yep. Clock counting down here with 25 seconds to go in this first half. Might have to run one more play.
Yeah, just make sure they don't hand it off to some guy that didn't want 6. Wow.
I don't think so. They might not have to run one. Or they could take a delay of game here.
Yeah. I think the refs are just going to let it go.
That's going to do it. So the Yellow Jackets letting the clock run out here. But it's been a first half dominated by the Yellow Jackets as they control the offense, defense, interception. Bob Blackburn will have it all. Coming up right after this break, 51-0 outscore. Welcome back, 51-0, a halftime score on a brisk, chilly night here at Morris Stadium. And Bob, you've got a lot of information out there tonight to read about. A lot of scoring in the first half of tonight's football game. Drum roll, here's Bob Blackburn.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go down here. I know A.J. Johnson's got 4 touchdowns, but wait till you see what his yardage is for the night.
My goodness.
It's amazing. Anyway, the Jackets scored first at 11:24 in the first quarter with a 50-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, and the point after was good, 7-0 JM. Scored again after an interception at 3:20. Had a 10-yard TD run again by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good. Made it 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. JM struck early and often in the second quarter. They scored about any way you can think of it. So JM scored first with 11:39. The second quarter with the 4-yard TD run by Divine Ford. Point after was good. Made it 21-0 JM. JM back again at 8:21 with a 21-yard field goal by Nolan Marine. Made it 24-0. JM was back again with a touchdown, 3:44 with a 64-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. That was his, I think, 4th of the night. 1, 2, 3. No, that was his 3rd. JM scored again at 2:49, 1-yard run by A.J. Johnson. That was his 4th. Point after was, I'm sorry, the point after before was no good. Point after this time was good, and that made it 37-0 James Monroe. And two more times here. The Jackets are back in the end zone with 2:16 with a 14-yard interception return by Divine Ford. Point after was good, 44-0 JM. And finally, the Jackets scored one more time at 1:55. 32-yard interception return by Sean Smith. Point after was good, giving the Jackets a 51-0 lead at halftime. And the stats here are hard to believe. A.J. Johnson, 13 attempts, 207 yards, and 4 TDs. It's amazing. But George Wythe, the quarterback, was 10 for 24 with for 77 yards and 4 interceptions. Wow. So those are the stats for tonight.
51-0, our halftime score. It's been all JM night tonight. Did pretty much what they wanted to do in the first half. A scoring, defense right on point tonight. And the Yellow Jackets are up. And we'll be back to talk more coming up right after this timeout. Welcome back to Morris Stadium. Halftime, 51-0, a blowout in the first half of tonight's playoff game. And George Wythe coming into tonight's football game 1-9 on the season. And the Yellow Jackets looking to pick up their 9th win as they advance in the playoffs. And my special guest here in the press box at the half is Reverend Dr. Aaron Dobines of Shiloh Old Site Baptist Church. Glad to have you aboard.
It's good to be with you, Brother Griffin.
Thank you. You've been watching the first half, 51-0.
51-0. The Yellow Jackets look unbeatable tonight. Let's hope that carries over for next week.
Want to save a little something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to use it all up tonight. 51-0. Had no problem scoring tonight offensively, and the defense has been stellar for the Yellow Jackets. But you want to carry a little momentum into next week's playoff game, and hopefully it's against Brentsville here at home. But it's always a pleasure to see you, church on Sundays, but even better to see you in person here in the press box
It's
tonight.
good to be here. I'm a football fanatic. This is my 3rd week in a row. 3 weeks ago, I was at Louisville UVA.
Okay.
It was a great game. Last week, I was at Virginia Union and Virginia State in the Gold Bowl, and here I am tonight at Morris Stadium watching the Yellow Jackets.
HBCU,
Yes, sir.
nothing better than that to watch college football in the fall and the afternoons.
Great
yes.
atmosphere.
Great atmosphere. You know, we were at the Virginia State homecoming a couple of weeks ago, and it's always good to go back to see a lot of folks you hadn't seen in a long time.
Absolutely. Can I give a quick shout out
Yeah.
to the George Wythe team? My dear friend who's gone to be with the Lord, the Reverend Coach Johnny Jarman, was the coach there and athletic director for many years. He was my very dear friend.
Great.
He was the head coach for George Wythe, and as he's looking down, Coach tried to look at something else.
Sure. Well, we certainly appreciate that, and his family appreciates it. But they're going through a bad period here right now, struggling. The Yellow Jackets, on the other hand, Reverend Dobines, the Yellow Jackets, only 3 returning players from last year's team.
Wow.
So supposedly a rebuilding year, but the Yellow Jackets, not only are they rebuilding, but
They reloaded.
They reloaded and, in 1 year, and looking 15 years in a row they've been in playoffs.
That's awesome.
So it is a routine thing that the Yellow Jackets do when they get to the second season. The second season is what we call the playoffs. So it's 51-0. Anything else going on that you'd like to share and talk to us about?
I would, Brother Griffin. I would like to pray for our nation at this time. We are the United States of America. People obviously have different opinions about their choice for president, and that's the way it is in a democracy. But we're all Americans, and I'm encouraging us to take the lead from our president and even from the secretary who gave a great concession speech urging all Americans to come together so that we can do what we do as a nation, have a peaceful transfer of power so that we can move forward. We can't begrudge what has happened. We have to get on board and make sure that we do our part in making this nation better than it has been.
I needed to hear that. Thank you so much for
My
those
pleasure.
for those words.
Always a pleasure being with you.
Great
job
seeing
that
you.
do.
Oh, thank
And
you
know
so
what?
much.
When I grow up, I want to be like you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did not pay him to say that. He said it on his own, and that's great coming from you. And certainly, it's my pleasure to always sit down with you and talk about wonderful things, not just football, but things in life. And you are an inspiration to so many of us.
Thank you. And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. And I want to give a salute to my father and my 3 brothers and myself. We are
Thank
all
you.
Veterans of the armed forces serving our country.
Thank you so much. Being a veteran myself, I
Yes,
certainly
thank you for
accept
your
that.
service.
Thank you, sir. And that's Dr. Reverend Dobines here in the press box with us with a wealth of knowledge about football and other things in life. And it's always a pleasure, and please come back and see us again.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Welcome back to Maury Stadium as we began the third quarter, and a kickoff short kick fumbled again. They've fumbled every kickoff in this game tonight on a return out across the 20 to about the 21-yard line, Bob.
Yeah, I don't get that kickoff stuff. Is it nervousness or is it just?
You know what I think it is?
What's that?
They just can't catch.
Yeah. Want the sure-handed people on the kickoff returns, okay?
Oh, it's a pleasure talking to Dr. Reverend Aaron Dobines.
He's something.
Yes, he is.
Did he
Powerful
play football?
voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was a basketball player at the University of Alabama.
My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It's a wonder he didn't slip in a roll tide while he was in here.
Yeah, I know. They love Alabama. They love Alabama.
Yes, they do. And what a fine person he is.
He really is.
So, George Wythe having all kinds of problems tonight, Bob, trying to get
Jackets.
and a fumble again, and Yellow Jackets get the football.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yes.
When it rains, it pours, and it's already muddy.
And the Yellow Jackets are hitting hard and stripping that football. And right now, let's see if they're going to put in their second team. They're up 51-0.
Yeah, it's in the clock. Clock should be running as soon as they get things turned around.
On the exchange there, the fumble recovery. Now they're starting the clock, so it is a running clock here in the second half. You got scores, don't you, Bob?
Yeah, I got some scores here since we get
so
a
you
little
were
break.
working at the half.
Well, actually, I made Tommy copy them down for me.
I was over here running my mouth and you out working.
No, you were working. You were doing the interview with the man. I tell you what, he is a great person, educated man, big man. I tell you, I'd take him on my team any day.
And working on his second doctorate.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm thinking about high school.
Yeah.
And the Yellow Jacket with the run.
Oh
my goodness.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
That was a little extra something there, but no flag coming out.
So the mercy rule includes that sort of thing, huh?
Handoff up the middle, number 25, Sean Simon.
So, loss of a couple of yards on that play, setting up a second and 12 yards to go. Ball just outside the 20 at the George Wythe 21-yard line. Running clock here, 9:56 to go here in this third quarter. And a snap and a run. Quarterback keeps the football. Is that Sean Smith? What's
Let's
the
see if we
number
can get a number on him, yeah. Oh, let's see.
Number 10. Is that Cord Lucas? Not Cord, is it?
No, he's 8, so 10. And let's look.
See if we can't pick up the new quarterback, and you got a lot of new players in there.
Is that
There was Zane Landek, 5'10", 160 senior. So Landek is the new quarterback in there for the Yellow Jackets, operating from the pistol formation, two receivers to the far side. That's going to be number 32 or 33 on the carry. Chris Coggill Jr.
Number 33, Chris Coggill Jr.
So Coggill on the carry, penalty flag coming out.
You know, this second string unit, they want to get in the end zone, but they'll see a flag or two.
Holding call against the Yellow Jackets. That was a third and short. So that's going to push them back beyond the 20 to about the 22-yard line. So instead of a third and short, it's going to be third and about 13 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets.
Maybe AJ could come in for one play, huh?
Zion Alston, number 32, checking into the JM lineup. Got two receivers split to the far side of the field, one to the near. And operating from the pistol, Number 19 calls his own number, cuts it back to the inside, spinning, and he's going to be pulled down at the 17-yard line. So George Wythe getting football. Now they try to separate players out there.
So the run's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
Yeah, they
getting a little heated, Bob.
Yeah, well, George Wythe down by 51 points. You know they're frustrated.
Yes. And some of the veteran players out there, Yellow Jackets taking a timeout. And we'll keep it right here. 8:01 remaining.
I think they're going to do a field goal here after the timeout. We'll see. Sorry.
Timeout on the field. Once again, we want to thank and congratulate the Kings of Monroe girls hockey team as they beat Wacosa in the state semifinals today, 4-0. The field hockey team will play tomorrow morning at the National Training Center in Virginia Beach against CAB for the state championship. Let's give a big hearty congratulations to the girls field hockey team.
That's Tommy talking about the field hockey, Bob.
Yeah, and they have done well, but they've run into their nemesis again.
35-yard field goal attempt here by the Yellow Jackets is up, and it is good.
Rains and pours.
And that was number 12, Nolan Marine.
Yeah, Nolan Marine, yeah.
With the field goal, what did I say, 35-yard?
Yeah, it seems
35.
to me it was. Okay.
So the Yellow Jackets strike again, 54-0. With a running clock here in the third quarter, 7:49 remaining here in the third. And the Yellow Jackets are resting their starters. Well, I see some number 24 is A.J. Johnson is on the kicking team. You want some of those speeds. I mean, he's going to be a gunner. I bet he gets on the far side. You know why? He's the fastest guy out there, and you want the gunners on the outside so they can get down and make contact with that ball carrier.
Yeah, he'll get down there. All he needs to do is break down when he gets there and not go.
It don't blow by him.
Blow by him, exactly.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off to George Wythe High School out of Richmond, Virginia. Here's your kick. And it's an end-over-end kick taken at the 12, 15, 20. Dips to the outside, back to the inside. And he's pulled down at the 26-yard line. And Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at their 26-yard line. You want to talk about your scores?
Yeah, got some halftime scores. I think we can grab them real quick here. Let's see. It's amazing. Massaponax has a 57-6 lead over George Marshall. Brook Point 30-0 over Mountain View. Orange is losing to Potomac Falls 14-7. North Stafford 24 and Patrick Henry 14. Dinwiddie 34. Cortland 0.
My goodness.
And I'm assuming these are halftime scores. Eastern View 21. King George 0. So those are the two teams I thought were in over their heads tonight.
George Wythe pass completion stays inbounds. Pickup of about 6 yards on that throw.
The JM defensive backfield is probably itching for the INT.
Yeah. And second and about 3 yards to go for George Wythe. Ball at their 32-yard line, 6:52 to go. In this third quarter, 54-0 outscore. Quarterback looking, flushed out of the pocket, running to his left.
Open.
He's going to be pulled down and fumbles the football. And the Yellow Jackets fall on it. Or did they get it back? First down, James Monroe, fumble recovery.
Oh, man.
Boy, they've been eating that quarterback up all night tonight.
They have, and I saw he looked at that receiver and gave it away, and so the receiver's covered, and he gets sacked.
You know, he was hurt earlier, and he seemed to have recovered okay. But on that play, Bob, when he was trying to run away, he just couldn't push off.
Yeah, he's probably got, an ankle or maybe a leg injury.
Yeah. You could see that it was favoring his right leg. And the Yellow Jackets, boy, their center is pretty joyful, isn't it? First and 10 for James Monroe at the 18-yard line. Quarterback operating from the pistol formation. And a run up the middle. Number 34, Jack Hardy, 6'1", 170. Freshman is the quarterback in there now.
Yeah, keep your program handy tonight, right?
Number 74, Jonathan Washington, 5'11", 225, 10th grader, checking in. Along with number 32, Zion Alston. Trying to pick up some of these numbers. Second and 5.5 yards to go for James Monroe at the George Wythe 19-yard line. Fumbled the football, the quarterback, and falls forward and picks up a couple of yards. So it's going to be third down and about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, notice he's not using. What do we got here?
Snow.
First I looked at one.
Is that Jupiter?
Yeah, all right.
Venus.
Let's see.
That's Venus again.
Right. Getting a little flaky tonight.
Oh, the leaves are falling down.
I guess that. You're right. That's what's got to be.
Third down and 3 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. And the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, and they're going to be hit in the backfield. And
number 33.
Loss of yards on that play.
So we quarterback Jack Hardy, really? Okay. But it does say he's a quarterback. So number
Yellow Jackets
34.
have used a couple of players in there at quarterback. They haven't gone back to Sean Smith, though, Bob.
No, I think Sean is such a valuable defensive player that they're well, I think he's as good, particularly running, as Zach is, and that would be seen to be not quite fair with a 54-0 lead.
Well, use him in the old Wildcat.
Yeah.
Here we go. And that's a run by number 34. That's Jack Hardy. Well, Jack is a freshman, Bob.
A freshman. Looks like a good-sized kid, too.
We got Jack at 6'1", 170. So the Yellow Jackets turn the ball back over to George Wythe. 3:48 to go here in this third quarter. Big number 76 for the Yellow Jackets. Kayshawn Nelson, 5'7", 350, 10th grader.
You put him in for the blitz, right?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he comes from a long line of football players in that Nelson family.
He's bringing it.
Yeah. See what he does in the middle of that JM defensive front, along with number 75, Travis Davison, 5'10", 280. Pistol formation for George Wythe. And it's going to be nearly picked off again, right into the hands. That linebacker right in the path of that football and unable to come up with the interception.
A linebacker's dream, put it in his hands right where he
Yeah, worst place in the world.
Yeah, right. Don't hit him in the hands. Right?
2:57 to go. Third quarter. 54-0. And now we're getting a timeout on the field.
Can we grab some more of these scores?
Yeah.
Okay. You got Chancellor way out in front of Powhatan, 38-7. And it looks like Monacan holds a 21-16 lead over Louisa. That's a bit of a surprise. Let's see. Culpeper has 6 and Hopewell has 50. Okay. Well, we know that Hopewell team is pretty powerful. Anyway, Goochland 49 and W&L nothing. These, I assume, are all halftime
scores.
Yeah.
Too early to call.
Too early to call. No, don't remind me.
So 2:57 to go here in the third. 54-0 if you just walked in the door and want to know what the score is. It's been all James Monroe thus far. George Wythe having all kinds of problems against the Yellow Jackets. So they're faced with a 2nd and 10 yards to go at their 16-yard line. Quarterback, they're going to have to throw the football here, Bob.
Yeah, and he did a nice job throwing the first half, but it seems like he's not connecting so much.
Quarterback rolling, running for his dear life. He's going to have to get rid of that football. And he throws it away and nearly intercepted by a JM player. He was trying to throw that ball away and was almost intercepted.
Yeah, you got to be careful where you throw that. Number 5, Kevon Edmonds.
Conference 28 selection, this coming out today. First team offense, A.J. Johnson, running back. Dylan Majors, center. Brandon Martin, offensive line. Trevon Lucas, offensive line. And Nolan Marine, the kicker, first team offense. So great honors there by a number of JM players. We'll talk about the defense coming up in a minute after this 3rd down and 10 play for the Bulldogs. From the pistol, the quarterback looking flush, has a man wide open on the far side. He cuts it back to the inside, and a great defensive tackle ball in open field. I think that might be enough to deny him that first down.
Yeah, he did come up a little short, I think.
Yeah. So 4th down and 3 yards to go for
the
Bulldogs.
If I'm George Wythe, I'm going to punt the ball down the field. You just don't want to fail to get your first down here and give it back to the Jackets because they can cover 20, 25 yards pretty fast.
And we're talking about head coach for the George Wythe Bulldogs, Deion Fox, former NFL player. Pass and is picked off again. Yellow Jackets on a return. He fumbles the football, and I think the Yellow Jackets might have gotten it back.
Yeah, it looks like.
There's an interception, I believe, and there's a fumble.
No indication from the official.
And
the Yellow Jackets get the fumble recovery.
That'll make up for the guy that he wanted to get through there and whoops, forgot something.
Bob, with a situation like this and George Wythe having a horrible year, only 1 win, and they've lost 9 games in a row, how do you keep morale up?
Having played on a team that was 0-10 one year, it's very tough. And I know I got my first chance to play as a sophomore because it was such a frustrating season.
Yeah.
And, we had a good quarterback, but the coach said, "Well, we got a sophomore here. Let's see what he can do." I think I might have. I think it was against Lane and got killed.
You mean those men against boys?
It was men against boys, men to boys.
So the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, down inside the 10, and that's number 19, Zane Landek, with the keeper. Picked up a couple of yards. 2nd and about 7 yards to go for James Monroe. And that's going to end the 3rd quarter play here at Maury Stadium. Playoff action, your Yellow Jackets leading George Wythe by a score of 54-0. Back here at Murray Stadium, 12 more minutes of football, 54-0 outscore. First team defense, K.J. Conaway, defensive end. Trayvon Lucas, defensive tackle. Court Lucas, linebacker. Divine Ford, defensive back. And Peter Hayes, all-purpose. You know, Bob, I'm looking at number 7 for the Yellow Jackets, Sean Smith, who has had 4 interceptions in the last 2 games.
Right.
Not listed.
That's very unusual. Now, we know he missed a couple games, but I think he's he's a good enough player, certainly, to be named to one of those teams.
Well, I tell you, we're talking about selections. They will probably pick, because this is the first game of the conference playoffs. You can bet Sean's name will be added to this list sometime down the road.
Yeah, this is only this conference 28.
Yeah,
and somewhere down the road, you know, I'm sure he'll get his recognition. 4 interceptions, really?
Yes. Last 2 games, and 1 or 2 returned for touchdowns, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's bad enough that he intercepts it, but he is so fast.
54-0, third down, and 7 yards to go. Yellow Jackets ball carrier slipped as he was making his cut in the hole, so no gain on that play. Setting up a 4th down. Field goal unit.
Yeah, might as well go ahead and set a record tonight, huh?
Well, most field goals in a game.
That's David Ditt, right?
What did he have? 3? 4?
Good question. Let's see. I've got those. I have those.
Blackburn.
Let's see here.
Checking an old Funkin' Wagnall.
Yeah, looking through the old papers here. Let me see if I can't find that.
Well, they're not going to go for it, but it would be just good to know how many in one game.
Yeah.
4th and 9 yards to go for the Yellow Jacket from the gun. And that's going to be the quarterback keeping the football, and it does not fool George Wythe. Landek on the carry for James Monroe. So 1st and 10 for George Wythe at their 11-yard line, with 10:09 remaining in this football game.
James Monroe High football. Okay. Field goals, David Ditt, 4.
4.
4 is the record.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you're good at that. I mean,
look at the stack of papers. I had to look through it, but it's kind of a rat in his nest here.
Yeah, but you're always ready for those type of questions. See, I had no idea. I was actually trying to trick you.
Okay.
And you came up with the correct answer. So I can't fool this guy.
Well, you know our credo. One way or the other, I could have guessed, and you would have said, "Oh yeah, good, Bob."
Great job.
Yeah. Oh man, we do have fun.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, Bob.
Yeah, it is. You know,
we tell the folks all the time, most of the fun, we certainly have fun broadcasting the football games, but we also have fun riding in the car to and from the game.
Don't we? Don't we? I don't know if I said on the air or not, but Veterans Day, I got a good veteran here right next to me,
thank
good
you
friend,
so much.
and I would love to honor you today. You're a hero in my book.
Oh, my
Big
goodness.
hero.
Thank you, Bob.
Yes, sir.
And I want to send a shout out to all of the other veterans out there who served their country. And happy Veterans Day.
Yep. Happy Veterans Day to very loyal crew. And
your son,
yeah,
Ryan, who's currently in the Army.
Yeah, still serving, and we're hoping those 2 deployments are going to be it. But he's ready to go. He said, if I'm...
Well, I'm going to put in for England.
Put him in England, that would be nice.
And the other would be somewhere in the South Pacific.
Exactly.
3rd down and 9 yards to go for George Wythe at their 11-yard line. Quarterback looking to throw the football, fakes it. Now he's going to run and pull down from behind. No gain. That's going to set up a 4th down. And let's see if they will punt here. Charlie Fry, on a stop for James Monroe.
Just talking to his dad, right?
Yeah. Talking to Charlie Fry the second. No, he would be Charlie Fry Jr. And, right?
Okay. The elder would be Junior, and then the son would be Trey?
Yes.
Third? Okay.
So now we get a timeout for us to figure out this junior, senior, first, second, third. $54-0 back after this. Welcome back. 4th down, punting down here. Punter standing at his 1-yard line. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. Return man standing at his 37-yard line. We need a good snap here. It's a low snap. And on the return, it's a line drive squib kick picked up by the Yellow Jackets. And the ball carrier slipped as he was making his cut.
Had that knee down. He might have made some yardage out of that.
Landeck on the return for the Yellow Jackets. Yep. Lost his footing a couple of times tonight.
Cut the afterburners in too quick.
Yep.
Spun his wheels.
A burnout.
That's right, a burnout.
Bob, did we have a Brentsville score on those halftime scores you were giving?
I don't think we did, Herman. Let me look down here. I don't see Brentsville on there.
No
Maybe
Brentsville.
Send the word down the line.
Or maybe they're playing tomorrow.
Well, that's an idea, too.
So we'll try to find out. And it's 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the George Wythe 33-yard line. And the ball carrier runs right into a pole. It got knocked back 2 yards.
Yeah, it's like an outfielder chasing a fly there. Pew!
Xavier Richardson, always great to see him come into the press box.
Yes, sir.
We've had some dignitaries in here tonight.
Indeed.
No, I really meant that. Riverbend.
Oh, okay.
We are doing a show here. Lost of yards on that play. 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Operating from the pistol formation, Landeck. And a handoff, and not much there, Bob.
No, yeah, it looks like the defensive line for George Wythe is just collapsing on the inside there.
You know, we go through the whole season without recognizing people on a coaching staff, administrators, and I'm going to slap my own hand, Bob, for not doing it. Head coach Richard Survey, assistant coaches Philip Carter, Ron Davis, Darrell Dyson, Val Folden, Delano Green, Kenton Griffin, Don Joy, Matt Laskowski, George Major, Jonathan Phipps, Doug Shepard, and Romel Turner. And we'll talk about some of the administrators in the city of Fredericksburg coming up after this play. 3rd and 11. And a couple of yards kind of went sideways. Landeck, the quarterback, Bob, picked up a couple of yards.
Yeah, he probably, if he made a fake into the middle of that line and had the wherewithal to go wide, he could probably make some good yardage.
Yeah. Dr. David Melton, superintendent of Fredericksburg City Schools. The deputy superintendent is Marceline Catlett. Dr. Tanisha Rochelle, principal of James Monroe High School. Pam Diggs, assistant principal, along with Justin Woodside. And Murray Chrisman is the athletic director at James Monroe, assisted by Kenton Griffin, who is the assistant AD. Tammy Clark, athletic trainer, and Daniel Johnson is the band director. I think we got everybody.
Yeah, you did, and I think someone's going to come along and nab Kenton as an AD, or UVA grab him as the sports information director. I tell you what, they'd be lucky to get him. And
well,
of course, we want to keep him here, but that's just me being selfish.
We'll keep it in prayer. First and 10 yards to go for George Wythe with 4 minutes remaining in this football game. So, we talk about Coach Survey and some of the key people, but it takes a lot of folks out there that's running those drills every day at practice, making sure the offensive line is right, the defensive backs are good. Little pass in the flat with a catch. And first down, too.
Yeah, he
still
ran
running
backwards for a little while and got off the sideline. Figured he'd take advantage of the fact that there was an open field over there.
Yeah, he ran about 15 yards on the sideline.
He did.
Knowing that he couldn't get hit.
Yeah, well, he got the cheerleaders there. He probably wanted to run into one or two of them.
3:14 to go. I was talking about the support team here, Bob.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
And Mary Chrisman, Tammy Clark does a great job as the athletic trainer for this James Monroe team. Not only football, pass, he had a comeback for the catch, a nice catch by Eugene Williams. That ball was underthrown, so he had to come back and get it. Came up with a nice catch at the James Monroe 41-yard line.
Yeah, the JM defender just kind of kicking himself, saying that, that guy should not have caught that ball in front of me.
I bet some of those first-team defensive players, Bob, that are on the sideline, really getting on those reserves out there now.
Oh, yeah, letting them have
Don't let them score.
Right, exactly. We want the goose.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the JM 41-yard line. Quarterback looking to throw the football. Steps up, swing pass in the flat with the catch. Bounces to the outside and reverses and tripped up at the 38-yard line. George Wythe trying to put a drive together here.
Yeah, and it's got to be frustrating. They know there's a lot of clean jerseys out there, and they want to get some points.
Number 33, Chris Coghill Jr. coming out of the lineup, along with number 35, that's Isaiah Wilson. Yellow Jackets with the black uniforms on tonight, orange numbers. Quarterback looking, and going to be picked off by the Yellow Jackets. That was a tip drill, Bob.
Yeah, it certainly was. You remember those?
Yeah. The old tip drill went through the hands of the receiver. Somebody else got a hand on it. And the Yellow Jackets come up with the interception.
I was looking at the team that they have out on the field. There's still a lot of size. Those guys still have a lot of size.
Yeah. And, we talk about how well the Yellow Jackets have played this year. After getting off to a bad start against a tough Dinwiddie team, only 3 returning starters on this unit. Wow, this has been a great year. And I tell you what, next year is going to be good as well.
It's the hits just keep on coming,
Yeah.
and you got to hand it to Coach Survey. When he gets them, he doesn't waste them.
Got a machine going on at James Monroe. Football machine. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. 1:08 counting down here in this football game. So the Yellow Jackets will advance to round number 2 next week. And we're pretty sure that game will be at home. And hopefully, not hopefully, but if somebody upsets Brentfield, we'll have a weaker opponent.
Exactly, and maybe somebody can knock off Hopewell. And you know.
Yeah. So second down and about 6 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. They'll take a knee here. Yep. Lord. Number 9.
Oh, comes
has
a flag
coming
out. You know, they probably were mouthing at each other. You know they were.
Mark Spears, 5'10", 315-pound down lineman for George Wythe, causing some problems out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike against both teams.
Yeah, you know George Wythe has to be frustrated. They know the second string for JM is in there, and they can't score on him.
He wanted to start that clock.
Yeah, right. He said, let's just get out of here. Come on.
If he hadn't stopped the clock and made that call, the game would have been over.
It would have been, yep.
And that's going to do it. And that's the end of the football game here at Maury Stadium. In the playoffs, final score, James Monroe 54, George Wythe nothing. We'll be back to wrap it up coming up after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. The Yellow Jackets advanced to the second round of the playoffs by defeating and shutting out George Wythe tonight by the score of 54-0. Yellow Jackets could do no wrong, had a couple of touchdowns called back tonight, had a running time in the second half, so the Yellow Jackets made a great job tonight and beating George Wythe by the score of 54-0. And here's Bob Blackburn with all the highlights of tonight's game.
All right, Jackets got on the board at 11:24. Not too much time after having a long opening touchdown called back. Anyway, came back at 11:24 with a 50-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, his first of 4 tonight. Point after was good. That made it 7-0. At 3:20, they came back again with a 10-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, second touchdown of the night. Point after was good. That made it 14-0. That was a score at the end of the first quarter. The Jackets really ripped in the second quarter at 11:39 with a 4-yard TD run by Divine Ford. Point after good, 21-0 JM. James Monroe was back at 8:21 with the 21-yard field goal by Nolan Marine, 24-0. JM came back 3:44, 64-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was no good there. 30-0, and JM put the final score of the. I'm sorry, I called it too soon. 2:49 on a 1-yard run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good, 37-0. At 2:16 there was a 14-yard interception return by Divine Ford. Point after good there, making it 44-0. JM at 155 got their last score of the first half, 155 with 32-yard interception return by Sean Smith. Point after was good there, made it James Monroe 51 and and George with nothing. And one more score came in the third quarter, and that was at 7:49 on 34-yard field goal by Nolan Marine, and making the final score, James Monroe 54 and George with nothing.
Yellow Jackets' big win tonight to advance to the second round by shutting out George Wythe tonight in a convincing fashion, 54-0 our final score. So the Yellow Jackets will play again next Friday night here at Maury Stadium, and we don't know whether it's going to be Brentsville or who the Yellow Jackets' opponent will be, but more high school football right here on Channel 83 next, Channel 18 and 83 next weekend. So once again, that final score from Maury Stadium, 54-0. So for Bob Blackburn and Jim Chandler, I'm Herman Kay saying so long from Maury Stadium.